Well, joining me from Gaza now is Ging, the head of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency in Gaza. Thank you for being with us. You will have heard our attempt there to put together some of the numbers, though numbers don't always tell the whole story. What is your description of what's happening on the ground?
It's horrific, and it starts with the total absence of any safety. Nowhere is safe for the civilians here in Gaza at the moment. They're fleeing their homes, and they're right to do it when you look at the casualty numbers. 600 dead, almost 3,000 injured here in Gaza. It's very, very dangerous. And even the 14,000 that have sought refuge in our shelters, in our schools that have been set up as temporary shelters, they're not safe either, because last night 3 of them were killed inside one of our schools as a missile was fired into the school itself. And so on it goes. I mean, it's just horrifically dangerous here for the people. You cannot fight a war on this scale, of this nature, in such a densely populated place without killing large numbers of civilians and injuring even more.
Have you had any explanation at all from the Israelis as to why the United Nations school was hit?
No, we have had no explanation whatsoever.
Have you tried to get an explanation?
Oh, we have, of course, and they have the GPS coordinates of every single one of our locations. We go to extraordinary lengths to make sure that everything is done very transparent to them. But the bottom line is that's the nature and scale of the military operation that is going on here at the moment. And that's why everybody is terrorized and struggling. They don't know what to do. They're trapped. They can't even flee the conflict zone. You see, that's also a point that people have to understand. If you want empathy with the people here in Gaza, then don't eat for a week, don't drink for a week, don't sleep for a week. And then you begin to understand how it is for the children here, which is half the population. 750,000 children here in Gaza are living in horrific circumstances over this past 11 days.
What's your message then to this procession of envoys who are in the region talking about trying to bring about a ceasefire? Indeed, the head of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, he said it was appalling, but it's all a lot of words, isn't it?
Indeed, and we have enough of them. What we want now is action. And by the way, everybody should be held accountable for their action or their inaction. Hundreds are dying, thousands are being injured, and everybody is responsible for what they do or don't do. Palestinians, the leadership there, they are responsible and should be held accountable. Equally, the Israelis, they are responsible and should be held accountable. And the international community. The people here have a legal right. We need the restoration of accountable rule of law rather than the rule of the gun. The rule of the gun is the currency of extremists and those who are bent on violence. We, the civilized world, live by the rule of law, but there doesn't appear to be any accountability for the actions or inactions of very many in this conflict right now. The people here are really left without protection, basic protection.
All right, Ging, thank you.